Right in time for Newsfeed. A very good afternoon. My name is Hemini Gilda Mugeni. Now, Kiambu County Assembly Lands and Physical Planning Committee is urging Governor Kimani Wamatangi to ensure tenants residing at the building that collapsed in Ruaka are compensated. The committee visited the scene of the collapsed building where they condemned the negligence between the County Planning Office and developers who have been ignoring the County Construction Act. Led by Committee Chairperson Ruth Waithera, they are calling upon the county government to halt all building under construction for re-inspection after the committee found out that many developers in the area are bypassing Approval Act by constructing more stories against the law.
We are urging Governor that all the constructions going on in Kiambu County, you halt all of them with immediate effect until at such a given time that we'll be able to identify the buildings that can be able to hold and those ones that cannot be able to hold. Those ones that cannot be able to hold, we are requesting you to bring them down so that we can be able to protect the lives of our innocent Kenyans.
Ni kama tungekuwa na komiti mzuri ambayo ingepangwa, watu wanakaa chini, hakungekuwa na mashida kama hii. Kwa hivyo ningeomba serikali yetu ya Kiambu tukiongozwa na governor wetu wa Matangi watengeneze hiyo komiti, tuangalie ule atarara kwa kasi yake anaondolewa.
All the buildings which are not approved to stop.
There is a force that is influencing the decision makings of the county assembly. There is a force that is also influencing the way in which the developers tend to ignore the laws and the regulations that are supposed to be followed by a county assembly. So I would say that majorly we have that percentage of there is another force influencing, and we also have the negligence of the said officers that they tend to overlook the guidelines and the procedures that are supposed to be followed.
They don't use the procedure, they don't even pay for licenses, the approvals. So even the engineer, you heard that the engineer was saying that he wrote a report. The report that went to the executive and nothing was done. So you wonder what is happening. So we need to come together and make one table and make these approvals together with all the stakeholders so that these things will stop and stop completely.
Trans Nzoia Governor George Natembeya has hit out at the national government for supplying genetically modified organisms to Kenyans instead of empowering the farmers to ensure other parts of the country get enough food. Natembeya has faulted the government over failure to empower the maize farmers by buying maize from farmers. Trans Nzoia County is among the county that is famously known for maize farming and a region that has been affected by the recent government directives.
Maoni yangu ni kwamba tunahitaji utafiti zaidi kuhusu mambo ya GMO. Sisi kama taifa la Kenya tuko na chakula cha kutosha. Kwa mfano Trans Nzoia tuko na chakula kingi sana. Alafu napata sehemu zingine hawana vyakula. Jambo la dharura ni kuhakikisha kwamba sisi kama wale ambao tunalima mahindi kwa mfano na tumevuna mahindi mengi, haya mahindi yatafikiaje wale wenzetu ambao kule Samburu, Turukana, sehemu zingine za Kitui labda ambao hawana chakula. Kukimbilia GMO kwa sababu hatuna chakula, hiyo maneno sikubaliana nayo kabisa. Chakula kinapotea, kinaoza hapa kwetu kwa sababu hakina soko.
Sasa ukiangalia wakazi wa Trans Nzoia na Uasin Gishu at large, ukiangalia ndo wanavuna na hii mahindi yao iko tayari. Mbona serikali isichukue hii mahindi yetu iweze kununua kwa ile bei nafuu kuliko kuenda kule nje mnaleta mahindi ya bei ghali ambayo mnaita GMO? Mnajaribu kukandamiza hawa ambao wakulima wa mahindi, na pia mnajaribu kuonyesha kuwa hii mahindi yao haina maana.
Trans Nzoia, Uasin Gishu na Bungoma tuko na uwezo wa kulisha taifa la Kenya bila hata kuwa na haja ya kuimport mahindi. Ikiwa mkulima ataangaliwa, apewe motisha, akuwe motivated, na motivation tu ni mambo ya subsidy ambayo ya mbolea na kuwa na bei nzuri kwa mahindi ambayo yamevunwa.
Now, as the national examinations are set to kick off early next week, security officials in West Pokot County have put in place strategies to ensure security in the region, with areas that are the most affected by insecurity and cattle rustling being given priority. The media addressing the media after meeting with other security officials, County Police Commander Peter Katam has noted that security has been beefed up in the volatile Pokot Central and Pokot North regions, adding that some schools in those areas will be allocated more than 2 police officers to man the examinations. KCSE exams have already kicked off with all roles in 4 foreign languages, music and sign language practicals as KCP is expected to start next Monday.
Sana, we are looking at security in those challenged areas like Pokot Central, Pokot North, and we have in place enough security to make sure that those exams will go on uninterrupted. Of course, there are schools which will post more than 2 officers per class, just to make sure that security is up to date. So we are ready and prepared, and this is why we are having this meeting today, just to discuss modalities of supervising this exam so that we have it without any incident.
Let's cross over to Migori County, where police have arrested a church official who is alleged to have molested and later killed a 10-year-old girl in Rangwe, Homa Bay County. Migori Police Commander Mark Wanjala has confirmed the arrest. Police records show that the suspect was in hiding at Lejo Maria Church in Kwoyo, Mapera Village in Suna East, and was arrested after a tip-off from one of the church members. The 18-year-old suspect was first taken to Migori Police Station and later transferred to Rangwe Police Station.
Jana ambaye anaitwa Rafael Okinyi wa miaka 18, nasikia anaitwa kasisi ya Lejo Maria. Iko incident ilifanyika huko Rangwe, ambaye mtoto wa 10 years alikuwa defiled na baadaye akawawa, na wanasema huyu kijana ndiye alifanya hiyo kitendo, na akatoroka huko Rangwe akakuja akaingia hapa area ya Migori kwa kanisa ya Lejo Maria, iko area inaitwa Kwoyo. So wali direct na askari wameenda wamemkamata huko na anarudishwa huko Rangwe aweze kushtakiwa na hiyo mashtaka ya mauaji ya huyo mtu.
Morans in Marsabit County have vowed to join hands in rooting out cattle raiding, which has resulted in an ending tribal conflicts, violence and unnecessary killings over the years. This comes a few days after 3 herdsmen lost their lives in Segal location in Marsabit Central after conflicts erupted between the Rendile and Gabra community herders. While speaking at a Kiruduni location during a peace meeting, the Morans from Rendile and Samburu communities asserted their commitment to ending cattle wrestling in the area. Marsabit Deputy County Commissioner David Saroni detailed how cattle rustling has become lethal and continued to drive a wedge among the neighboring pastoral communities in the region. Over the years, the violent conflicts have been posing a significant threat to pastoral livelihoods, which are already under pressure from recurrent drought, diseases and political marginalization.
Ikilaumiwa na pia ikinyoshewa kidole kwa sababu ya wakora ambao wanatoka katika eneo zingine, county zingine kwa mfano, na wanapitia katika corridor hii na kwenda kugonga majirani wale ambao ni wa karibu na jamii ya Warendile. Na leo tumesikia kwa sauti moja wazee na vijana na warani wa kabila wa jamii hii wakisema kwamba sisi kuanzia leo tutachunga eneo letu, tutachunga area yetu.
Hii ni kupata ushirikiano wa hii jamii, pia waweze kuzuia wale wengine ambao wanatoka sehemu za nje kuja kutumika hapa kuiba mifugo pande hii na kuachia pia wao matatizo hapa kati ya wale ambao jamii ambao zinazoishi hapa karibu.
Tumekubali kuchukua mambo ya salama leo kwa moyo mmoja. Isiwe tunadanganyana. Leo tunasema tuache kuiba, jioni tunasikia maneno mengine. Tafadhali naomba jamii yangu tuache hii maneno hii. Hii ni kitu imepitwa na wakati.
Tunapomaliza kambinye tumekuja hapa saa hii. Na watu ya hapa wametufurahisha sana. Wamesema sisi hatuendi kupiga vita. Wamekubali watakaa na salama, wamekubali hawataenda kupigana na mtu yeyote. Na wakasema shida yao ni maji, shida yao ni chakula.
Now, over 10,000 tree seedlings were planted at Mukogodo Forest in Laikipia County in an effort to conserve the indigenous ecosystem that is the mainstay of thousands of pastoral communities and wildlife in 3 neighboring counties of Samburu, Laikipia and Isiolo. The tree planting exercise attracted hundreds of conservation enthusiasts who first participated in a 10-kilometer walk dubbed Walk Wild inside the forest in a bid to raise its conservation awareness. The over 30,000 hectares has already been under threat owing to overgrazing occasioned by the prevailing dry weather situation in the area.
Forest hii ya Mgogodo imekuwa ikipata nikisema tu changamoto ya watu kuingilia ndani ya forest huko na kutumia resources ama zile vitu ambazo zinatoka kwa forest kama nyazi, kama kukatia ng'ombe miti wakati ya kiangazi. So tunaona kwamba hiyo inaletea kidogo changamoto katika utunzi wa misitu. So tuna appeal ama tunaomba kwa wahisani watokee watusaidie kuhamasisha jamii juu ya utumizi wa misitu na
ile hali ya wananchi wa hapa kulinda hii msitu. Hata kama wanatumia hii misitu, wanatumia wakijua kuna kesho. Hao wamekuja wameiangusha miti, wametumia hizo miti kwa sababu ya foda ya wanyama zao, na ile miti ambaye hii jamii wangekata kutoka chini wameanza kuona ikipunguza. Na ndio maana tunajaribu kusupport hao walimamusi wajaribu kuweka nguvu na kulinda hii msitu ili iwe kwa sasa na jamii ya baadaye.
Naona climate change. Climate imetuumiza ama tuseme ukame imetuumiza kwa sababu ya hewa kaya. Hewa kaya ni carbon huko juu. Kwa sababu tabia ya nchi imepatilika. So tungeelimisha wananchi wapande miti hata kwao, si hapa tu.
The national government has announced strategies to improve the fishing sector to increase the level of fish production in the country. Kenya Marine and Fisheries Research Institute has said that it aims at investing in modern breeding techniques to increase the level of fish production. Speaking during the World Fisheries Day celebrations in Shimoni area, Kwale County, Cabinet Secretary for Mining and Fisheries Salim Mvurya said that the government will improve the activities of fisheries to increase 17% of fisheries income in the country. This comes as President William Ruto is expected to officially inaugurate the Shimoni port soon as a way to strengthen the fishing industry.
Ndugu yangu Mwaduka, kwa hivyo hizi sehemu zote tumeziratibu, na tumeziratibu kwa sababu tunajua kuna BMU. Ile BMU ya sasa tunataka ibadilike iwe BMU mpya, kwa sababu tunataka BMUs tuwajenge uwezo, wawe na coxswain wao.
Na wale samaki tunaoshika sasa, capture fishery ni kama kiwango tuseme 26,000. Lakini kulingana na utafiti wetu kama Kenya Marine, wanasayansi wetu wametuhakikishia kwamba tukitumia ile mbinu inayotakikana tunaweza zoa karibu kiwango Kiingereza tunasema 150 to 300,000 metric tons.
12 minutes past 4. The story takes us to a very short break. We'll be right back.
You are watching TV47, the home of untold stories. Know the meaning of a soft life? It's living with ease. How well do you know what's happening around you? Morning Cafe with heated political debates. Baraza la Siasa.
Hiyo kitu azungumzie, angalie hali ya maisha ya watu.
Informative health discussions. Business, farming. Tasty Wednesday. Fitness Thursday, and Feel Good Friday with amazing DJs, celebs,
waimbaji, kuna comedians, alafu kuna wajinga,
and music bands every Monday to Friday from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. How well do you know what's happening around you? Morning Cafe with heated political debates. Baraza la Siasa.
Hiyo kitu azungumzie, angalie hali ya maisha ya watu.
Informative health discussions. Business. Farming. Tasty Wednesday. Fitness Thursday. The stories of those who have gone beyond the limit.
Nilitaka kuwa nurse. Nilipoenda shule ya college, nikaambiwa siwezi beba wagonjwa, siwezi kimbia.
We found that Shiro is developed some abnormal growth just at birth, and this was caused by pain, by an umbilical cord that had been tied around her neck.
Because as you said, most of the time getting a child with disability is multifactorial. It's not necessarily just age, or it's not the delivery process. It's from the alcohol that you drink, from the smoking, yes, and all those other behavioral factors that are there.
And I'm happy that I've been able to take care of her for all those years.
Every Saturday at 7:30 p.m.
Authentic, natural, planned. Transforming. Endless benefits. Slaty, purely Kenyan. Buy now on Jumia or Amazon.
Watching TV 47, the home of untold stories.
Welcome back to the broadcast now. Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly, Gladys Boss, has initiated a public screening exercise of cancer in Uasin Gishu County, which will run till December and benefit all the citizens of Uasin Gishu County. The initiative, Gladys Boss, singled out some pesticides which give cancer to locals and are still being sold to farmers in Kenya. She vowed to take action on such companies which have been banned globally and are still finding their way to the Kenyan market.
Takes much higher medical intervention that is expensive and painful for the treatment to be done. And sometimes the treatment is not even successful. I think somebody was telling me for every 5 deaths, 4 are caused by cancer now in Kenya. So that is frightening. And we said, how do you help the community? The important thing is early detection of cancer. If you detect it early, it's not a death sentence. It can be cured. Particularly for women, and for breast cancer and cervical cancer are treatable 100%, but only if they are detected early. We have 267 types of pesticides available in Kenya that have been confirmed in worldwide that they cause cancer. Europe has banned them, America has banned them, the United Kingdom has banned them from their market. But yet their law allows for them to manufacture it for export to a country that is stupid enough to buy it, and that is Kenya. Seeking the removal of the board from office. They must go home. They must be fired for reckless endangerment of Kenyan lives. Because they are being bribed, and I can say this on record and they can take me to court, they are being bribed by the agrochemical companies, particularly Bayer and Dow. Dow is American, Bayer is German. Even if you feel no pain at all, come and be checked. And today we have found people who had precancerous cells and they have received treatment here. Just imagine what would have happened to those young people.
All these cases, if we were not here to look at them, they would be quiet in their homes.
especially the women who have the precancer resolutions, because precancer resolution has no signs or symptoms. It does not pain, it does not give any discharge. You enjoy everything, even conceiving a child and giving birth, you will give birth. But the cervix is already having the effect of cancer.
Tumekuwa tukiumia in the community. Tumekuwa tukipata cases ya cancer. Na wanatibu na maneno ya kienyeji siku nyingi sana.
Usiogope kwa sababu ukiogopa alafu hiyo kitu ikushike utakuwa na shida zaidi. Wanikare wakuja si kitu ngumu. Usiogope kwa sababu ukiogopa alafu hiyo kitu ikushike utakuwa na shida zaidi. Wanikare wakuja si kitu ngumu. Ukipatikana unayo unatibiwa tu rahisi na unatakaa ukiendelea vizuri kwa maisha yako.
Now, a section of persons with disability in Mombasa City County now want the National Treasury to allocate money to renovate government buildings and install lifts and other adaptive devices that will make the buildings disability friendly. They have given the government an ultimatum of 10 days to look into their pleas, or else they'll hold demonstrations to petition the violation of human rights, citing that it has been very difficult for them to access services in government buildings. This comes 1 week ahead of the commemoration of World Disability Day, observed on December 3rd.
National government through the Treasury should allocate money to repair and renovate the government buildings in Mombasa to be disability friendly. The county government of Mombasa should innovate the building housing their departments to be disability friendly, not to disadvantage PWDs from accessing the services. The county government should prioritize resources in mainstreaming the county assembly block to be accessible to all persons in the region.
We are giving them the next 10 days. On 3rd of December, the International Day for Persons Living with Disability, we will have a procession across all those buildings and give a petition to the Treasury representative at Treasury Square.
It is very, very unfair that you want persons living with disability to go all the way 13 floors. You want them to access services in government offices. 13 floors for them to go up all the way to access the services. This is immoral. This is discrimination of the highest order.
We want the lifts repaired, no more, no less. And we cannot be pleading forever and ever. And already we have a constitution to it. So what else do you want us to do, Abdul Swamad? What else do you want us to do, President Ruto? Make us have working lifts in Mombasa.
Now, security continues to deteriorate in the country, especially in Nairobi City and its environs. Kenyans have been asked to embrace peace as the government tries to provide a lasting solution to the matter. Speaking today in Nairobi, the Abraham Kumari's group has urged Kenyans to be vigilant and exercise peace among themselves. The group has also urged Kenyans to do away with chemical-added foodstuffs and entirely depend on non-chemical meals.
Country, each one of us has to take the responsibility.
Yogic farming. This is a project that involves no chemicals, no type of any other ingredients that is put in the soil. It's practically positive thinking. And the outcome of this project is when they harvest the fruits, the vegetables that come up is very, very huge in size, more than what is when chemicals are added. And that's what we own. That's what we have within us. And it's the same with the security outside. We believe that when I change, the world will change. We don't look at the security outside, but I say I should look at myself. If I'm positive, if I'm peaceful, then everything around me will start changing. And we say, as is the attitude